Have we been entirely blind to a secret war? Or did a single desperate embrace just rewrite the entire history of the world's most famous music group in the blink of an eye? Imagine the hushed whispers of an elite, somber gathering, and a moment so profoundly unexpected that it sent immediate, paralyzing shockwaves across the globe, crashing servers and leaving millions utterly speechless. This is not about a record-breaking new album, a sudden, tragic disbandment, or a scandalous dating rumor that usually dominates the relentless, unforgiving news cycle of the Korean pop entertainment industry. Instead, an agonizingly private moment caught by a fleeting glance has ignited a wildfire of intense speculation, dragging the deeply hidden personal lives of global superstars directly into the harsh, blinding light of public scrutiny. The internet is currently in a state of absolute, unmitigated meltdown, and the epicenter of this unprecedented digital earthquake is a seemingly simple, yet devastatingly complex physical interaction between two women who hold the ultimate power behind the glittering throne of BTS. When the mother of Jeon Jungkook and the mother of Kim Taehyung collapsed into a deeply emotional, clinging embrace, the world stopped spinning, and the questions began pouring down like acid rain on everything we thought we understood about the unbreakable bonds of these global icons. What catastrophic unspoken truths were silently exchanged in that breathless fraction of a second? And why is the entire global fandom tearing itself apart trying to decode a hug shared in the darkest shadows of a funeral? You might think a solemn farewell to a beloved elder would be a sacred sanctuary immune to the venomous bite of gossip and wild conspiracy, but in the realm of mega-stardom, you would be dead wrong. We are currently staring into the abyss of a controversy so undeniably potent that it threatens to shatter the carefully curated, squeaky clean utopia that entertainment agencies spend billions of dollars and countless hours to protect. Are we witnessing the tearful, long-overdue reconciliation of two historically warring families? Or is this the final tragic confirmation of a hidden rift that has silently, painfully tortured the boys behind closed doors for years? Sensational headlines are screaming about betrayal, secret pacts, and hidden animosity, but the raw, unfiltered reality of the situation is vastly more complicated and far more terrifying for those who have invested their very souls into following these idols. The sheer magnitude of this scandal lies not in what was loudly declared, but in the deafening heavy silence of that embrace, a silence that has spawned a million dark theories, leaving body language experts and industry insiders scrambling frantically to uncover the real narrative before the rumors cause irreversible damage to the biggest cultural phenomenon of the 21st century. Tears, heartbreak, and unimaginable, suffocating sorrow were the only things anyone expected to witness on the tragic day the world mourned alongside Jung Hoseok, but absolutely no one, not even the most cynical and seasoned industry veterans, could have prepared for the heart-stopping, visceral explosion of emotion between the matriarchs of the group's most heavily scrutinized duo. This was a day meant exclusively for honoring the profound, beautiful legacy of J-Hope's beloved grandmother, a solemn occasion draped entirely in the heavy, suffocating black of traditional Korean mourning attire, where the air was thick with the scent of incense and the quiet sobs of a grieving family. Yet, the tragedy of this monumental loss was suddenly, violently eclipsed by an unscripted moment of pure, cinematic drama that no Hollywood screenwriter could ever dare to pen. When those two women locked eyes across the sea of grieving faces, the temperature in the room seemingly plummeted, and the collective breath of every single clandestine onlooker hitched violently in their throats. Was it merely shared grief that drove them together, a mutual understanding of the crushing, inhuman weight their famous sons bear daily? Or was it the overwhelming pressure of a deeply kept, monumental secret finally breaking the fragile dam of their public composure? Prepare yourself, because the intricate layers of this mind-bending revelation are about to be ruthlessly peeled back, exposing the raw, bleeding heart of a story that is as heartbreaking as it is utterly, undeniably scandalous. To truly comprehend the sheer, unadulterated madness that this singular event has unleashed upon the world, one must first dive headfirst into the deeply complex, often toxic and fiercely guarded history of the relationship between Jeon Jungkook and Kim Taehyung. For years, these two men have been the subjects of the most intense, invasive, and relentless microscopic analysis known to modern pop culture. Every glance, every accidental brush of hands, every shared laugh, and every moment of perceived distance has been catalogued, debated, and weaponized by different factions within the massive global fandom known as ARMY. There are those who believe their bond is a transcendent brotherhood, A friendship forged in the grueling fires of trainee days and solidified by the unprecedented pressures of global domination. Conversely, there are loud, persistent voices that claim a fracture occurred years ago, pointing to changes in their on-camera dynamics, alleged separate schedules, and a supposed cooling of their once inseparable public persona. The agency HYB has naturally maintained a strict, impenetrable wall of silence regarding anything remotely touching upon the personal internal dynamics of the members, choosing instead to project an image of perfect, unbroken unity. However, the unexpected collision of their mothers at such a highly emotional, vulnerable event has absolutely obliterated that wall, leaving the agency's PR machine scrambling in a desperate, unseen panic to control a narrative that has already violently slipped through their fingers. The setting itself adds a layer of morbid fascination to the unfolding drama, as the sanctity of mourning collided violently with the insatiable beast of celebrity obsession. A funeral is, by its very definition, a space of profound vulnerability, a time when the carefully constructed masks of public figures are supposed to be allowed to slip, revealing the raw, unpolished humanity beneath. Jung Hoseok, known to the world as the radiant, eternally optimistic J-Hope, was bidding a final, agonizing farewell to the woman who helped shape his vibrant spirit. The presence of his bandmates was expected, a testament to the family they have become over a decade of shared blood, sweat, and tears. Naturally, the extended families of the members, the quiet pillars of support who have remained largely out of the spotlight, also gathered to offer their condolences and strength. The atmosphere was described by anonymous insiders as heavy, respectful, and steeped in profound sadness. The media was supposedly barred, the perimeter secured by a legion of private guards. Yet, in the age of the omnipresent smartphone and the relentless pursuit of the exclusive scoop, complete privacy is a myth, a luxurious illusion that global superstars can never truly afford. The fact that details of this highly private embrace leaked out into the public domain raises deeply disturbing questions about the invasion of privacy, the ethics of mourning, and the terrifying reality that for these families, there is truly no escape from the watchful, judgmental eyes of the world. Let us dissect the anatomy of this earth-shattering embrace, breaking down the moment that has sent body language experts into an absolute frenzy of analysis and counter-analysis. According to whispered accounts that have spread like a virus through private forums and explosive social media threads, the interaction was not a brief, polite exchange of pleasantries typical of distant acquaintances meeting at a somber event. It was, by all descriptions, a desperate, crushing hold. Witnesses claim that Jungkook's mother, a figure known for her stoic grace and private nature, was visibly trembling, her composure seemingly fracturing under an unseen weight. When Taehyung's mother approached, the air reportedly grew thick with unspoken history. There was no hesitation, no awkward hovering. They collided into one another with a force that spoke of years of shared anxiety, mutual suffering, or perhaps a profound secret relief. Arms were wrapped tightly, faces were buried into shoulders, and for a prolonged, agonizingly significant amount of time, the rest of the crowded, grieving room ceased to exist for them. Some claim to have seen tears streaming down both of their faces, a raw display of vulnerability that has left fans completely devastated and wildly confused. What kind of shared trauma or profound joy warrants such a visceral reaction in the middle of someone else's profound tragedy? The sheer intensity of the hug suggests a relationship that is deeply intertwined, far beyond the casual acquaintance one might expect from the parents of co-workers, hinting at a hidden reality that fans have spent years desperately trying to uncover. The immediate aftermath of the leak was nothing short of a digital apocalypse. Within minutes of the first vague rumors hitting the internet, social media platforms experienced unprecedented surges in traffic, with hashtags related to the members, their mothers, and the agency dominating global trends in a matter of seconds. The speculation instantly mutated into 1,000 different, terrifyingly detailed conspiracy theories. One massive faction of the internet immediately declared this as absolute, undeniable proof that the boys had experienced a severe falling out in the past, and this hug was the mothers finally reconciling after years of agonizing, silent warfare between their families.